The earliest memory to which my mind goes is the one when I was around 5 years old and I was helping my family plant rice. And I really liked working in the fields and playing with the mud and helping my family. But then my father pointed to me and asked me to get out of the field and prepare and go to the school. I think that's the first instance in my conscious memory that my alienation from myself and my environment sort of began. Why am I supposed to do things that I don't really enjoy, and why am I not able to just focus on things that I enjoy and want to do? We realized the inadequate quality of education and also the limited options for meaningful livelihood. And people were unable to recognize the natural assets that they have been bestowed with, including their own selves. They were unable to think of themselves as agents of change. When the conversations expanded and we started the visioning conversations, what kind of a future we want to have and what kind of initiatives would make that possible, or what kind of lifestyles would make that possible. So we realized, there were lots of ideas about entrepreneurship and land-based initiatives and things like that, that young people were talking about. But there was also a conversation of similar nature happening outside of our research, in the intelligentsia, in academic circles, in thinking circles. There were lots of people who were writing about economic initiatives that would be sort of useful and that would help in remedying the situation. But we didn't see any practical examples existing in Kashmir. So we gave this challenge to ourselves to build an example like that. So that's how Sagg was born as a social enterprise to basically take the mission of Mool and expand it. So Mool in Kashmiri is also roots, and Sagg in Kashmiri is nurture, to nurture. So it was like, if we wanted to grow roots or strengthen the roots and trees, so we had to prepare the soil well and nurture the roots first. So Sagg EcoVillage, this almost 3-acre space, is an integrated natural farm cum retreat center, which creates, designs, develops and promotes recreational, educational and lifestyle services, spaces, products and programs. We have created this space for people to relax and enjoy and have fun, but also to reflect. The village is run like an academy. We also have this little internal entity that's called Sagg EcoVillage Academy, that does the coaching and trainings, ecopreneurship coaching and trainings. But the whole village is also run like that. So the whole crew is also treated as trainees. They have their own journeys, they have their own goals and plans, and they have their own trajectory in terms of where they want to go and what they are learning and what they are aspiring to become. So, but we also have educational programs and these coaching programs that we offer other people. Another aspect of running the village as an academy is that whoever comes here gets a tour. So it's an open source ecological entrepreneurial venture that seeks to inspire and encourage other people to build similar ventures. They are exposed to all the ideas that exist here, and so that they can replicate it. In case they need our help, we can help people replicate any of it that is here. So we also have another internal entity for consultancy. Traditional cultural wisdom is the storehouse to refer to in case you are lost. Cultural wisdom is the biggest treasure we have got. We also organize multi-day educational camps for children, and we have done at least 8 of them so far with about 150 or so participants. 25% participants are locals who are on scholarships. And overall, we have engaged about more than 8,500 participants. The programs we run at the camp at the village there's a composting program, there's a upcycling program, training on natural farming, entrepreneurial mindsets. So the primary target is to encourage and enable behavioral change, and we sensitize people to pay attention to the habits that we have developed, and how can we change those habits, how can we replace those habits. And we have given ourselves this challenge, and this is part of our mission now, that we want to create a movement by training 100,000 ecopreneurs by 2030. We have a zero tolerance for plastics, but invariably something or the other ends up here. So we are trying to sort of reuse that. We repurpose the bottles as lampshades or as building material, and similarly other stuff also. I mean, you will see examples here and there all around the campus. When I was a kid, people would not throw trash. They will have their own way. Every household has their own space where they would store it and then they will process it. And most of it will be organic. There won't be as much plastic. Anything and everything is packaged in plastic and, delivered to your house, and you don't know what to do with the plastic. You have no idea, and you don't have control over the quality of food, number one, because you grew your own food earlier on, most of it at least. Now you are getting most of it from the market. And number one, you don't have the control over the quality of food you are eating. That is one cultural practice that has gone bad. Number two, the plastic you are getting, you don't know what to do with it, but still you are accepting it. I mean, people know that it is a problem, but they are unable to find a remedy. And they invariably end up polluting the local water resources, the water streams that flew through our village, and we used to drink from them when I was a kid, now are literally drains. And waste is a huge problem, not just solid waste or not just the plastic waste, but the waste of resources, the natural resources. If we had the right environment, the right upbringing, the right education, I don't think we'll see problems in the world. We'll only see opportunities, and we won't be damaging the quality of our life or ecology like this. Our target, when we say we work on the mindset right now, begins from there, to sort of replace fear by faith. Faith in the nature's design, in evolution, in ourselves, in our imagination, and in our capacity to deal with life. We are supposed to deal with life, and we are well sort of versed with it. We are well placed, and we have the tools and the machinery and everything to do that.